For this trick, I can start out by cutting to a prediction card. Let's say this one right here. So I'm going to leave it under the box. And now, I would get for you to go ahead and touch any card you would like. Okay, so let's say you touch this card right here. So now I'm going to let you look at this and remember it. So go ahead and remember this for me. Now, I would take back the card, leave it on top of the deck, and we can cut it in. And the spectator can really give these as many cuts as they would like. After that, I would say, okay, what if I could snap my fingers and one card turns face up? Just like that. With one snap, we get one card. And in this case, we have the 5 of hearts. So I'm going to guess the 5 of hearts isn't your card, right? Okay. And the spectator would say, no, it's not. But I would say, what if this was an indicator card? Let's count 5 cards here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, deck was cut, and I took out a prediction card. Deck was cut again, and you touched any card. We cut it into the deck, and then we counted 5, because that's what we got. And I would hope that this card, the Ace of Diamonds, is yours. But wait, I made a prediction before the trick even started, and I think you would be a little impressed that this is the other red ace. But that is not where the trick ends, because we have 2 more aces. And how are we going to find these 2 aces? Simple. If I give it a cut, I think I can cut right to the 2 black aces to make the 4 aces. That is today's trick. If you would like to learn this trick and some other tricks which I will talk about, be sure to stick around for the tutorial. Okay, tutorial time. First thing I want to say is, this is an original trick. I was able to put this trick together by putting together 2 other tricks I knew, and then I already knew how I wanted my prediction to be basically put down, okay? It's all gonna make sense, but basically I was able to piece this together on my first try, and I think this is a pretty good trick. Let me know if you have actually seen this trick anywhere else. If you have this whole trick, let me know down below and I'll give proper crediting. But I do know that when you toss the deck and you catch 2 cards, that's a trick on its own. And then when you have your 5 and you count down 5 cards, that's the selection. I know that's another trick, but altogether, I haven't seen anywhere else. So let's get straight into how to do this. Before we start, in case you're wondering, these are the avocados, which I won in CardMechanic's 13K giveaway. So I will leave both videos down below of the deck review and of the giveaway in case you want to check it out. But now, here's how you're going to set up the trick here. First thing you're going to want to do is decide on which 4 of a kind you want to use. Now in this case, I went with aces, but you don't have to. And I actually separated them red and black. I just think it looks better at the end when you predicted a red and the spectator chose a red. But of course you can do red-black. This is just my preference. So, you're going to take one of the colors, let's say black. If you like red, go ahead and do that. 1 goes on top, 1 goes on the bottom. So just like this, okay? Now, you're then going to take out any card ace through king. In this case, I took out a 5, but you don't have to use a 5. Use any number ace through king. And then you're going to subtract that number minus 1. In this case would be 4, so you're going to take out 4 cards, okay? So if you had, I don't know, how about 8, okay, you would have your 8, subtract that by 1, 7, you'd have 7 cards and then the number 8. So go ahead and play around with it. I just think 5 works best. So here's the setup. You're going to take your indicator, put that face up at the bottom, and then take the rest of your stack and put that face down at the bottom. So if I turn this over, you have 1 ace on top, you continue spreading, you're going to have your face up 5, but before you get to that, this card above it is going to be the other ace, and then you're going to have -1, 5 minus 1 is 4, gonna have 4 cards. These, it doesn't matter what these are. And now for the other 2 aces, you're gonna wanna, what I did was I had both of these on top, sort of. I knew I was gonna do the ace of diamonds, okay? So I had the ace of hearts on top, and then, not counting the ace of hearts, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, because I did a force for the ace of diamonds, but you can do whatever you would like. Just make sure you keep the deck in the exact same order. So basically what I did real quick was I cut to the ace, which was on top, and then I cut it again. Then I did a call spread force for the ace of diamonds, which was in the 5th position. You add this other ace, is in the 6th position. You go down to the bottom. Okay, and also something I forgot to mention. Underneath the top ace, you're going to have that other ace, okay? And then, right down, you're going to have the ace. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you're going to have it 6, but when you take away this ace, it's going to be 5th. I hope that makes sense. Do whatever force you would like, or you can even cut to the cards. It doesn't matter. You just want the spectator to have that ace. And then at the bottom, you're going to have your other ace, that face up 5, and your 4 cards. And that is your setup. I'll go over this one more time at the end in case it didn't make sense. But here's what you're going to do now. You can either force the ace on them, or what I do is I cut to the ace. Now personally, I don't like doing 2 forces back to back, okay? So the first thing I did was a false cut. I will leave some false cuts down below in case you want to choose one. But I believe I've also taught some other false cuts in my other videos too. So make sure you look around. But I'll leave some links down below. But really quick, here's what I did. I held the deck like this. Middle ring on the top right corner. My thumb on the bottom right corner. My index is gonna break off, so push down and up a quarter of the cards. It doesn't have to be approximate. You're then gonna push these, okay, one way. If you do it one way, you're gonna run into your middle finger. The other way, you can really extend. So make sure you do it that way. And you're gonna go to the fleshy part of your thumb, okay? So like this. And then you're going to break off half again. Okay, so we have A, B, C. You're going to come over, and when you grab the A packet with your thumb, middle, and actually no, your thumb, ring, and pinky, your thumb is going to grab this bottom packet, which is the second packet. And then you're going to use your finger to actually contact the open bottom left corner. You're going to let go with your thumb some pressure. You're going to rotate it one way. If you do it one way, you run into your thumb. The other way, you can go really far. So you're going to do that, but this hand right here, you're going to open up these 4 fingers some, okay? Because it's going to fall right into there, and then these go on top. I'll do that slow down for you. just like that. And I think I actually taught this in my swing cut tutorial, which is really in depth. So I'm gonna actually leave that down below as well. But if I don't have a tutorial for this move, let me know and I will make one. So now, after I do that false cut, I say, okay, we're gonna cut to a prediction and let's go with that one. And then I hide it with the box. Now, all I do is I'm gonna force this ace right here. But I want to keep this ace on top and this stack at the bottom. So here's a false cut I did. I held this in elevated grip. My 4 fingers on top. Actually, my 3 fingers, middle ring, pinky. My index on top, my thumb on the other side. My other hand is gonna come over. Thumb, middle, ring. It's gonna contact the bottom half, and I'm gonna pull this out, and here's all you're gonna do. If you want to, this top packet, you can actually rotate it, so it's like horizontal. You can go tap, tap, take this bottom packet, go towards yourself, over the top, put it down, and then you can do one of 2 things. You can either put this down, or here's what I did. Tap, tap. I turned this into myself. I grabbed it and I put it down. That keeps the deck in order, but looks like a false cut. So now I'm going to force the card. What I did was a call spread force. I'm going to leave a link down below for the call. I'm not going to go in depth with this, but I might end up making a tutorial for the call spread force if I don't have a tutorial already. But you know it's actually gonna be 5th here. So you're gonna start spreading. And notice how my pinky's at the back, index on top, middle ring side, thumb on the other side. I'm gonna push off 1 card and grab it with my thumb and pull it towards me. Then 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is the 5th card. So what I'm gonna do is eyeball the card above it right here. I'm gonna grab that with my thumb. Now my fingers underneath are going to be able to feel that a 5th card. Try it out on your own. You're going to see how easy, at least for me, it was. Maybe not for you. Okay, so I spread off some. 4. Okay, and then my thumb is on top. And then my fingers are going to touch this ace. I'm going to square up everything just here. So it's like a double. And then when I pull it out, right there, you're going to hear it click. And now this is when you can spread through. Just keep in mind, though, you don't want to go to your stack at the bottom. So whatever one they touch, you're going to say this one. You're going to slide it right under the spread. Go tap, tap, respread, and put it down. That is the ace. I'll go through that again. Really slow. Here's the 4th one. I line it up with the 5th. Obviously, it wouldn't be this way, but this is how I do it. And notice how both of my pinkies are on the bottom. Okay? It's going to click. You spread through. They touch this one. Okay? So I put it right under. I go tap, tap. And then I spread it out. And now they can look at their card and remember it. After they do that, they're going to place it on top and they can cut it in. Now they can continue cutting the deck. Just keep in mind, though, they might cut to the face-up 5. I'll go over both ways real quick. So let's say they don't cut to the face-up 5. You say, okay, what if one card turned face-up when I snap my fingers? Obviously, they would think that's impossible. So you snap your fingers, and you're going to spread and show one card did the 5. Some of them might say this isn't my card, or if they don't say that, you can ask them, was the 5 your card? It really doesn't matter. take all these cards on top of it, okay, leave them how they are, but pick them up and put them underneath the bottom card, okay? And now you can continue the trick. But let's say they're cutting the deck and they cut to a 5. You can say, oh, look at this. You cut to a 5. Was the 5 of hearts your card? Just act confused. Now, obviously, it won't be, so you don't have to worry there. So you say, oh, and either way, you're now going to do this pattern. You say, okay, maybe this 5 is an indicator card. You're going to put this down, and I like to count these face up, just because it helps me remember that there's 4 cards you have to count. But then they can also see every card is different. You can say, okay, let's count 5. Don't count the 5 as number 1, okay? Count the first face down card as number 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this will be the card. And something you can actually do is when you have your little stack here with your 5, you can put a memorable card right here at number 1. So when you turn that face up, you know, oh, I have to count 4 cards. Just something to play around with. But this will be the ace, and then this will match with the ace of hearts. Now, right here, you have 1 ace on top, 1 ace on the bottom. So now, you're going to have to catch these. So here's how you're going to do this. You're going to hold both cards like this. If you want to, give it a false cut, false shuffle. But I don't think it's necessary. You're going to have your 4 fingers on the back, thumb on the front, applying some pressure. And with your wrist, I'm a little confined here, so it's going to be a little hard. But you're going to go like 1, 2, and on the third one, when it comes toward your other hand, release some pressure. These cards will fly out, and you'll be left with 2, which are the 2 aces, okay? So if we go like 1, 2, 3, we have 2 cards, and those are the 2 aces. So, that was the trick. I hope you really enjoyed that one. I'm going to go through that one more time and show you something else you could do, and then I'll go through the other 2 tricks here. So one more time, here's the setup. You're going to have your 4 of a kind. If you want to separate them red, black, it doesn't matter. You're going to have 1 ace on top, 1 ace on the bottom. And now, you're going to have any card, let's say a 5. Subtract that by 1, you get 4. Take out 4 cards. If you want to, put a memorable card as the first card here, face down. Okay, and put those aside. Now, with your other 2 cards, you're going to put 1 on top, and then, counting the second card, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so actually, put the ace there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, right here. And then the 5 goes face up at the bottom with the stack underneath it. This is how I do it. But once again, you can really force the top 2 aces however you would like. Just want to keep that third ace on top and on the bottom here. And then with that stack of 5 cards. So now, I do a false cut for my prediction. I put that down. I then do a call force for the second ace. You don't have to, though. And then they're going to remember it, the ace. They're then going to put it on top and cut it in. You're then going to go to the 5, take all the cards on top and put them to the bottom. Put down the 5 and then count 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The ace of diamonds. And now you have 1 ace on top, 1 ace on the bottom. So you hold it like this, apply some pressure, and then when you go towards the other hand, let go of some pressure, and you have the 4 cards right there. So, I hope you really enjoyed that one. Let me go over the trick with the 5. So this is actually real simple. You're gonna have any 4 cards, okay? Now normally these are done with the 4 aces, but once again, you don't have to, okay? So I'm gonna have the 4 aces face down, the 5 on top face up, and these go on the bottom. So now, your top half of the deck is perfect. You can really shuffle these as much as you want. Just keep this bottom stack in order. After this, you're going to need a card selected, but not any of the bottom cards. Okay, so let's say they take this one. They can even sign it if they so choose to. In this case, the 10 of hearts. So now, same thing as before. When you cut this in, you're going to need some patter about the 5 turning face up. Put all the cards on top to the bottom. Take your 5. You can actually take it off, okay? And same thing as before. Say, okay, what if we count 1, 2, 3, 4. These are your 4 aces. The 5th card happens to be theirs. But if they stopped at a 4, 3, 2, or actually a 5, 4, 3, or 2, they would have landed on one of the aces. So, there's that one. And let me go over the trick with the 2-card catch. There's 2 ways you can do this. I'm going to show you both ways of how to do this. So the deck can be shuffled, and here is my preferred way. You're going to need to catch a glimpse at the top card. Any way you want to do that, go ahead. I'm not going to go into that, but if you would like a video on ways to catch a glimpse at a key card, and key cards in general, let me know down below in the comments, and I will make one. So we're remembering 7 of diamonds. Okay, but here's a real quick way. You can actually overhand shuffle the deck to yourself, okay? So the backs are gonna be facing the spectator. You're gonna look, see the queen of diamonds, remember it, peel off 1, and then when you shuffle these on top, the queen is gonna be right there. If you want to, apply pressure to the top and bottom card, peel those out, okay, so just like this, and then you can shuffle. Or you can shuffle some from the front here. Put these face down and then put these on the back. It doesn't matter. So let's go with the 7 of diamonds. Now they're going to choose a card, but not the top card. In this case, the 9 of hearts. You're going to cut this in. And now, once the deck is done being cut, the cards held up to yourselves, you're gonna be doing this. But I'm gonna do this exposed. You're gonna go through and look for your 7 of diamonds. Okay, and right here, you're going to see, on top of the 7, we have the 9 of hearts. Or maybe the 7 is on top of the selection, okay? But right here is gonna be their card. What you're gonna have to do is cut the deck, okay? And you're going to first put the 7 down, but you don't want to flash the 9. So I might do this, say, okay, I'm going to cut the deck, okay? So I'm going to cut the 7 to the front, the 9 to the bottom, but it'll all look like this. And I'm going to be able to put the 7 down, and then I'm going to continue looking for another 7. The 7 of hearts, and now the same thing as before. Without flashing the 9, one goes on face up, one goes face up on the bottom. Here's the only difference. You're gonna peel out the bottom card some, and if you want to, peel out the top card. You don't have to. Your 4 fingers are going to be on the selection and the 7, your thumb on top. Same thing as before. Going to go 1, 2, 3. But when you do it this time, because of your fingers on the selection, you're going to catch the 9. Just like that. Let me go through the key card one more time, because you can even do this from the bottom, okay? So let's say the deck is shuffled, and you don't even know the key card this time. I have them select a card, and then when I turn all the way around, I can do a 180 turn and see it's the 7 of diamonds. So I hold it like this, 3 fingers on top, index curled, thumb on the other side. Gonna rotate the packet away from you, grab in your other hand, and then continue rotating. Or if you're all the way turned around, you can just turn it over and look at this pip. It doesn't matter. But now we have the 9 of hearts. So we're going to put this on top, and you're going to cut it in as many times. Now, same thing as before, everything's going to be done with the backs toward the spectator. I'm going to do this exposed. When you go through, so right here, you're going to see the selection is now on the 7. So, what you're going to have to do is separate the packet. So the 9 is on top of one half, the 7 is on the bottom of the other. I actually put the 7 down, and then keeping this face up, I move this packet to the front. Okay? So I go through like this. I'm going to separate, put down the 7, the 9 is on top of here. I move this to the front, and then I continue looking for the other 7. I put that down, and now it's on top. So, you're going to need it on the bottom. So let's actually go ahead and do that. You're going to hold it up, and you're going to separate. So here's the correct way. I did the wrong way, so excuse that way. You're going to put the 7 down, and then when you come together with the 2 packets, your thumb is going to grab the 9, put it on the bottom of this packet, then move these to the top, and then look for the other 7. So let's go over that one more time, and hopefully this way it's done right. So we go through, we see the 7, we're going to separate both packets, put the 7 down, peel the 9 on top of this packet, then put these to the front, and then continue looking for the other 7. And now you're all set. You're going to do the same thing. And you're going to catch one card, and that is going to be the 9 of hearts. So, I hope you really enjoyed this trick. Let me know what you think about the original trick. Is there a trick out there in the world like it, or is it original? If there is a trick like it, please link me to the proper crediting so I can give the right sources. But if it isn't original, then go ahead and tell me what you think I should name it. I hope you like those other tricks. Let me know what else I should make. That's it. And if you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week, with a new video. Bye.